So much is said lately about the state of the mountain bike industry. We have concerns about companies going under. We have videos nonstop dropping about the industry and chaos. Today, I'm going to deliver a message on why I think the mountain bike industry has its greatest times ahead of us and what I think those missing links that we can all help put together in the industry to help see a bigger boom than ever before. I think by the end of the 2020s, we'll be looking back and say that 2021 and 22 were just blips on the radar because the industry will be thriving so much towards the end of this decade. And I'm going to get into a couple examples why and some tangible things that we can do together and some tangible things I'm going to do to make sure that that happens. So 3 stages to a mountain biker. Let's just really oversimplify. Somebody who doesn't bike yet, somebody who rides on trails, think of it as XC, Enduro, just local trail systems. Then we've got people at bike parks. And I'm just going to use the term bike park for simplicity. You could throw in places that do shuttles, but again, I'm just thinking of your traditional bike park that brings you up in lifts. I think a lot of mountain bikers who are in the middle category of a trail rider, even here in the foothills of Colorado, don't think that mountain biking at a bike park is for them. And I think they're absolutely, completely wrong. So that's one aspect that I want to focus on. The other aspect, somebody who doesn't mountain bike yet. If I were tasked with turning a mountain biker or turning someone into a mountain biker, the first place I would go would be a bike park. I'd say, let's take a quick lesson, let's practice a little bit, and let's get you to the bike park so you can have fun going downhill and have a great day of just riding and having fun, focusing on cornering, other bike skills, and because you can always focus on grueling uphills later, right? So I think bike parks are really a missing link to 2 very important pieces of the industry. People who don't think a mountain bike's for them, people who don't think a mountain bike park is for them who already trail ride, and also people who don't yet ride a mountain bike regularly who could have the time of their life at a bike park with a little bit of training and a little bit of equipment. And I think that focusing on those 2 would absolutely cause the mountain bike industry to grow astronomically. I'm going to get into a couple more examples. And another thing I want to focus on is just simply demystifying what a bike park is. I think some people think, oh, I'm going to show up, there's going to be 10-foot drops, it's just going to be hard. And it's really not like that at all. Especially greens and blues, it's just mountain biking with an emphasis on gravity taking you down, the shuttle's taking you up and drops you off up at the top, so you can focus on other skills other than riding uphill. You're still going to pedal, you're still going to get sore. All of those skills you learn at the bike park are going to be transferable to the trail and vice versa. So I think that that's an incredible opportunity for anyone out there who wants to become a better rider. The other aspect of this is kids. A lot of parents take their kids to soccer practice, whatever it is, and they're not actually participating in the sport with them. They're more spectators of their own kids participating in sports. I think there's a huge opportunity and a desire for parents to actually have a sport they can do with their kids and simultaneously learn and get better together. I've seen 8, 9, 10-year-olds on their mountain bikes at bike parks, and I think it's an absolutely great thing. It's one of the best things I see at a bike park, and I think we need to encourage it and simply just get the message out that bike parks are for kids, they're for parents, and a great place to have a great time. Just a lot of fun. My example I want to go into in a little bit of depth here is an example of a place in Singer, Wisconsin, here in the Midwest in the United States. For those of you who haven't been, Wisconsin is a beautiful state. Very cold winters, lots of snow, very warm summers, lots of humid heat. So they get every season. Down in the southern part of Wisconsin, there's a ski resort called Little Switzerland. And Little Switzerland has hosted a bike park at their resort for the past several years. I'm going to pull up an article here for you to take a look at from 2023 that talks about the bike park unfortunately closing in 2023. Okay, so the bike park had increased costs related to insurance. So I'm going to show you another Federal Reserve chart that shows you that the insurance costs for everyone have gone up. So this is not unique to any one resort or any person. Anyone who looks at their insurance for their car knows insurance has gone up. I think there's a quote I'm going to focus on here that says, the article states that it could not overcome the cost increases with, quote, the small profit the bike park makes. I'm not blaming the insurance cost because, again, that's what everybody's in you know, if you're driving a milk truck, your insurance costs have gone up, right? The small profit the bike park makes, unquote. I'm going to take a leap. I'm going to go ahead and leap to the conclusion that that lack of profit comes from a lack of bike riders showing up. So again, that's my assumption. Here's the fun part. So again, let's review. We've got Little Switzerland Bike Park in southern Wisconsin, home to a bike park for many years, closing in 2023 due to lack of attendance, lack of profit, for probably many reasons. Here's the craziest part about it all, and the part that I'm struggling to digest. Slinger, Wisconsin is 59 minutes, a 1-hour drive to Waterloo, Wisconsin, which is Trek's global headquarters. So again, let me rephrase that. Trek's global headquarters is an hour drive from Little Switzerland Bike Park that just closed last year. So, well, maybe you say, well, gosh, this bike park in the middle of nowhere, of course people aren't going to make the trip. Well, I did a little bit of searching online and using some maps here, and these are the drive, for example, from Milwaukee, Wisconsin is 40 minutes to get to Little Switzerland. The drive from Chicago, Illinois, and the vast, countless suburbs, 2.5 hours. Madison, Wisconsin, a very pretty college town, is just 1.5 hours away. Okay? Grand Rapids, Michigan, now we're not just a drive, we have a drive and a ferry ride, and then drive again, and that trip from Grand Rapids, Michigan, west over to this bike park, or what used to be the bike park that just recently closed, 4 hours and 20 minutes. So it's not like they're in the middle of nowhere and they're just because they're in the boonies, they went under. That's not true. There's plenty of population centers nearby. The mountain bike industry, the bike shops, whatever it is, all the bike organizations, we need to come together and make sure this type of thing does not happen again. I'm going to take you to a different spot. Similar situation, but we're a couple hours south of here, and we're going to talk about Galena, Illinois. Galena, Illinois is home to Chestnut Mountain. Chestnut Mountain has a bike park called Farside. Check out their bike map. It looks like they've got a lot of cool trails here. They have the same benefits that Slinger, Wisconsin did. They're close to several population centers, including Chicago, Illinois. They're geographically located on the far western edge of Illinois, and so they're overlooking the Mississippi River, They're overlooking the Mississippi River, and they've got a lot of beautiful terrain there, right there on the west side. So I wanted to do a little bit of research on this place. I couldn't get in the car and drive 24 hours to check it out, so I did a little bit of research. I pulled up all of their webcams, and it looked like a ghost town. And I thought to myself, well, there's no people walking around, there's no people hiking, where's all the bikes? Maybe it's just the way these webcams are oriented, I don't know. Turns out that this bike park is open 2 days a week. 2 days a week. So we've got a bike park within a few hours of Chicago. So think of all the kids off for the summer, off of school for the summer, just a few hours away. We need to spread the word and demystify what bike parks are so we can get folks from the surrounding area to come to Galena, Illinois. So Galena, Illinois can open and build more trails. They can be open more days of the week, if not 7 days a week, all summer long. I don't see any reason why this bike park is not a mecca of Midwest mountain biking for all the surrounding areas in Wisconsin, Iowa, Illinois. I don't see why this is not just a place where people gather, have fun, have days with the family, races, whatever it is. I don't want to see what happened to Little Switzerland happen to Galena. In my forthcoming videos, I'm going to identify more specific things that I'm going to do to help Galena and to spread the word. And again, for lack of a better way to phrase it, just get the word out that bike parks are mountain biking. That's simple. It's not some crazy sport where you're doing backflips. It's just mountain biking, and it's really, really fun. This will be the third take on the teacher idea, and then I'll go into the picture or the questions right away. Oopsies. As promised, I want to give you a tangible idea for bike parks, and please steal this idea. Students and teachers usually have the summer off. Bike parks are open in the summer. Imagine an idea where teachers were able to prove that they were a teacher somehow, and just like they might get discounts on certain things, maybe they get a free lesson or a discounted or even a free pass for a day of mountain biking. Again, the specifics of the arrangements could go a lot of different ways. The other thought on this is that a lot of bike parks have photography integrated into their parks. So for example, sometimes you can go and download a picture of yourself in action on the trail and download it and what have you. Imagine if teachers were able to download a picture of themselves in action. Potentially, if they chose to, they could put it up in their classroom and then show all the kids all the fun they had at the bike park. Take that idea, anyone's welcome to use it. Want to take a couple of questions. Steve in Pennsylvania, can I go to a bike park with an older trail bike? Yes, you can. If you think it might be very old or needing help, I would have it looked at by a mechanic if you really thought that was a concern. The top thing I would do is put new tires on it if they were old. Again, when you say older trail bike, it makes me concerned that this is a bike that you haven't ridden in a long time, and then a bunch of red flags go up. If it's a bike that you ride on trail systems and you know it's ready to go, then I think you're ready to roll. One thing I wouldn't compromise on is a full-faced helmet. Bike parks often don't require a full-face helmet. They require a helmet, but they don't say it has to be full-faced. Giving advice from me to you, Steve, I would wear a full-face helmet if I were you. Vanessa in Colorado, I try to buy things at my local bike shop, but they are often out of stock. So they can order things for you, no problem. I don't know what the answer is when it comes to bike shops and their struggles. I've heard it proposed that thriving bike shops in the future will probably rely more on service and changing out your pivot bearings and rebuilding your shock, doing tune-ups and things like that. I'm not the first person to propose that that's probably going to be a bigger portion of how shops make money going forward. But again, I would keep it up. if it's a shop that you like and you like walking in there, I would even maybe call ahead and have them order stuff. Then you can come and pick it up. And then when you need that service, you've got that relationship built. Um, wasn't really a question, more of a statement, but I took it and ran with it. Vanessa, thank you. Last one, Troy in BC. What's up with your tools and wall setup? I'll do a video on this. Essentially, just to answer the question, this is a French cleat setup, so everything can be taken off and moved. So you basically put these on the wall, which I have in every direction, and you can move your, in this case, bike tools, and this is a little tray. This is set up, I'm not sure if this is in sight, but this is like a wall-mounted TV stand with, instead of a TV, I've just got this little rack with tools on it. So again, I'll do a deep dive on a video someday with that, but essentially that's what it is. It's a French cleat, which you commonly see in woodworking. A lot of times people will mount their tools. But what I did is I just didn't want to be stuck with my bike tools are here and I can't move them. I want to be able to pick this up and take it to other parts of my garage. I want to be able to take it to my basement. So I wanted that flexibility to be able to move things around. And it's helped me learn a lot. The things I use the most and things I use the least. And so I'm always adapting and moving things around to make it work better. So short answer, Troy, French cleat, more coming later. Thanks for watching today.